What is up, everybody? My name is Cameron Hawkins. I was asked by Boss Rush to talk about three of my favorite games of 2024. For those that don't know me, I'm a huge JRPG guy, so all the games I'm going to be talking about are JRPGs. So the first game I want to talk about is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was a fantastic game that came out earlier in the year and has stuck with me to the end of it for both good and bad reasons. I think overall it's still an absolutely fantastic game. I think that there was a lot of expectations on this game and bringing the world of Gaia to life and exploring through all the different regions and iconic locations like the Golden Saucer and things like that I really think they did super well. The combat is absolutely phenomenal, like one of my favorite combat systems in any video game, regardless of genre. So shout out to them for that. Yeah, I just had a really great time with this game. I do have my issues with the story and like how the narrative was handled, but I do think that a big part of that is that this is a part 2 of a 3-part story, so it's kind of hard to like start a story and end it when it's like so directly connected to the first game and the original Final Fantasy VII story. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, definitely worth playing, definitely worth checking out. In my opinion, one of the best games of this year. The second game I want to talk about is The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. Over the past 4 years now, I have become a massive fan of the Legend of Heroes series. I have a tattoo. I met the creator and had his signature tattooed on me. I love this series. And it's really hard to talk about specifically Trails Through Daybreak because it is a series kind of like Kingdom Hearts where playing all of the games matter, in my opinion. There will be people that will say you can start with Daybreak, and objectively you can, but you're not going to get the narrative payoffs and the world building that you get if you were to start from the beginning. You get things spoiled for you. You get story, you get characters at certain parts in their life where they have already gone through all of this character growth or trauma or whatever, and so they're not the same way that they're introduced in their initial introduction in the series. And those are the things that make this series so special. And Trails Through Daybreak is the first game in the newest arc, the 4th arc of the series, and we got a new cast, new location in Calvard, and it's all what you expect from Trails. It's high quality writing, world building, characters, diverse characters, well written arcs. Everything about it is still so good. And I really want to use this time to be like, yes, Trails Through Daybreak is one of the best games this year, but also just play the Trails series from the beginning. Play Trails in the Sky. It's on Steam. It's cheap. It's $20 to start it off, and it's a 35-hour game. And if you don't like it, you can stop. But everyone that I know that has played it, that off my recommendation, has fallen in love with the series too. And I think that you should all give it a great, a real shot. And you might, like me, end up finding a new one of your favorite video game series of all time. And my last game and my game of the year is Metaphor ReFantazio. There's a lot of different reasons as to why it is my game of the year. I think it serves as a culmination of not specifically Studio Zero, but the game director Katsura Hashino, who's directed SMT3, Persona 3 through 5, Catherine. This feels like his magnum opus in a way where the vision of what he's trying to accomplish here is so clear. And just for me personally, I love JRPGs because I love the stories that they tell. I love the way that stories are told in JRPGs. I love the combat. I love the settings that these stories take place in. And I think that all of those things are done so incredibly well in Metaphor. I think that the way that they blend together the mechanics of SMT and Persona, as well as introducing new mechanics, makes it feel fresh but also familiar. I think that the characters, the party members, are very diverse and have different backgrounds, and they use those characters to tell a bigger story and make the world feel more real, because like the party members are each from a different tribe. I love how the story kind of presents this question of, does silver democracy really give people power? And the idea of the racial themes, the social themes that go throughout the story. I think Lord Luis is one of the best, not just JRPG villains, but video game villains in recent memory. I think all the voice performances are so well done, like even for a like, I feel like that there is this kind of disrespect to localization voice performances that aren't like initially meant to be in the English language, that they're, you know, they're Japanese and they get translated over. I think the performances in these games are absolutely incredible. I really think that this is a phenomenal game. I think this game is going to hold up for a very, very long time, and it's going to be relevant down the line. And I think that if you are not super into JRPGs, like you're not an enthusiast like me, but you want to try and find one that is modern and approachable, I think Metaphor is a prime example of that. So yeah, Metaphor ReFantazio is my personal game of the year.